Hey comic fans, welcome to the Comic Fix. Now I got 3 more books to review for you guys and then we're done for this week. And I can get on to doing my pick of the week video. So first up is the Ravagers issue number 8. You guys have known, I have been telling you guys, the Ravagers is a really freaking good book. It was a book that was very surprising. It came out of the cooling event and it was a book that had no reason to be good. But it's been really good. Well, come to find out, I pick up this issue and I see Warblades and Rose Wilson are on the cover. Thought, okay, it's just going to be about them and the Ravagers fighting against each other. Cool. Well, we don't get that. What we get is a new writer and a new artist coming on to the book. And with that, you would think that they would bring a new direction. Well, they do bring a new direction, but it's not the right type of direction that you would want. First off, just starting out the book, you see this girl trying to get into her house, and a cop finds her trying to get into her house. Come to find out, it's her father, and we get a subplot in this issue about a father and his 2 kids, and how he's a divorced parent, and how his kids think of him as the worst, and that they're going to go move in with their mother. So that subplot doesn't work out. It was done kind of hokey and it just did not work whatsoever. And then you get the big plot in this issue with Rose Wilson and Warblades going after a test subject. Now this test subject is running away from nowhere, and he gets to this small town and he starts to burn up and he starts to feel all this pain, and you're like, whoa, what is Nowhere doing with this guy? He goes and explodes. And at this point, the art turns pretty freaking terrible. Now, when he explodes in this big old explosion, the radiation goes to all the people of this little town and basically affects them the way that he was infected. Now, can you tell me what the hell is going on with this panel right here? This is supposed to be a head, and I don't know what the hell is going on. The artwork in here can be pretty decent to pretty freaking terrible. I mean, just look at that. What the hell is going on? What the hell is that? It looks like an egghead. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's just terrible artwork. So now we have Warblades and Wilson trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do with this situation, because they know that they can't kill everybody off, which what Warblades wants to do, because they know that Harvest, it would just put too much heat on Harvest. So Rose is trying to figure out what the hell to do with this situation that's been given to him. Well, come to find out, with this radiation that has hit all the people in this town, they start to blow up, and it's almost like if they got out, more radiation would go all around and it'll be apocalyptic event that would happen. So this is where I had the main problems with this issue. They never have a single revolution or an idea to get rid of the radiation that's going on. There's a point in there where the cop asks Rose, what the hell do we do? You know, what do you want us to do? And I don't know if she's a scientist in the New 52, but I do know that she was working with in the Nowhere's lab. So, but it's just like, it felt like this book had no revolution, and it had subplots which you did not care about. There's even a point in there where they have to quarantine this little town, and Warblades has to go and put blockades around the road that's only road to get to this little town. So what does he do? He knocks down a hill or a mountain to put some rubble against the road. And I was just like, wow, that little really over the top. And then you get some more terrible artwork, and you just didn't feel like it had any direction. You had Warblades, who was just basically being the person who would just go like, we need to go and kill everybody. Who cares? We're bad guys, so we kill. And Rose is trying to tell him, no, we don't kill, we don't kill. And Warblade's just like, okay, I guess we don't kill. But he bitches about it all the way through this issue. This issue was freaking terrible. The dialogue in here was uninteresting. The artwork in here could be pretty decent to just freaking, you're just like looking at the panel and you're just like, what the hell is that? I'm very disappointed with these new writers that they got, the new writer that they got in the artist. There was some problems with the old artist with how he would draw some of the characters who you would see the character have like a 12 o'clock shadow, and then the next panel he has a full-on beard, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? This is a book that I really thought was going someplace, but with this new writer, it is going nowhere, and I am uninterested. I'm going to give the next issue a try, and if it doesn't do anything for me, I'll probably leave it for a little bit just to see if a new writer comes on and gives me something I'm interested in. So in the end, I'm going to give the Ravagers issue number 8 a 1.5 out of 5. This is a book that had potential, and with the new writer on there, it was just all garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. I'm still wondering, what the hell is that egg thing? I mean, ew, I don't know what the hell it is. Tell me in the comments below, what the hell you think that is? It's just terrible stuff. Now on to the good. The good, the good, the good. Batgirl issue number 16. Death of the Family tie-ins this month, or this week, have been freaking amazing. From the big dog and Batman, the main Death of the Family, to Batman and Robin, to Batgirl. It's just been all freaking good. So I'm glad to know that Gail Simone is definitely having some big character development for Barbara Gordon. From when she first started out the title in Batgirl, Batgirl was very unsure of herself, and it was quite a while until she finally was feeling like she was finally getting into the groove of being Batgirl again. Now with this confrontation between the Joker, it's just Gail Simone is putting Barbara Gordon on the edge of her seat and on the edge of doing the worst thing that a superhero can do by killing somebody. And it's just so freaking cool to see. So in the story, we get the wedding of Batgirl and the Joker. And it's so freaking cool to see. I mean, Gail Simone is doing some dark things, and it's just definitely putting Barbara Gordon on just on the edge of doing something that she will regret for her whole entire life. But you'll understand why she's doing it. It doesn't feel out of character for her. She's put in this situation where she's dealing with the guy who shot her in the back and had her be in the wheelchair for so long. And I still would love to see the backstory to how she got out of that wheelchair. But it's just so cool to see what Gail Simone is putting Barbara Gordon through. And still, it baffles me to this day. Why, oh why, would the editorial team for Batgirl be like, we need to knock Gail Simone off. She's not doing a good job. Where she was just hitting her stride. Yes, I would admit that the first 10 issues was not all that great. But since the 0 issue, I feel that the story is just hitting its stride, and Gail Simone finally has a grasp on the character. Because she had to do a lot of reconstruction for this character. Batgirl went from the Oracle to this, who Gail Simone basically built up into this superpower in the DC Comics, to having her basically backtrack and be back in Batgirl. So Gail Simone had a hard job on her plate. But she's doing it so fantastically. She took her time, and it just feels so natural to see where she's at this moment, and to see the situation that Gail Simone puts her in. I think that Batgirl has been one of the titles that has most been helped by the Death of the Family story arc, and it's just some freaking messed up things that happened to Barbara in this issue. There is also some great parts with James Gordon Jr. Now, he has been not really seen in the new DCU. Scott Snyder had a big story arc with him in Detective Comics before the New 52 started. And that was when I kind of was starting to get back into comics again and started collecting. And reading his Scott Snyder's run on Detective Comics and seeing Jim Gordon Jr. he reminded me of so much of the Joker. And he was just something that can't be contained. And to see how Gail Simone is developing this character and having Jim Gordon Jr. and the Joker kind of like side by side and just like about to have like almost like a psychotic match between each other. It's such a cool idea. I mean, I was like, oh my god. There was some bad though. Ed Benz is the regular artist for the series, and he does a fantastic job. Well, he only does 10 pages of this issue. And then Daniel Sampieri comes onto it and finishes up the book. I mean, he doesn't do Daniel doesn't do a terrible job, but it just irks me so much with what DC Comics is doing with having two artists usually on a single issue. I know that DC Comics said, we're not going to have any late books. Well, what we're getting is books that have two artists on there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This issue, it doesn't really hurt it, but still I just don't like the thought of having two artists on there. But damn it, am I loving Gail Simone. Gail Simone, you are going to have an awesome 2013. I mean, I just love her work with Batgirl, and I can't wait to see what Gail Simone's going to be doing with this character. Because at the beginning, she does hint on the past of Barbara Gordon and how she got out of the chair. And I know that story is going to be huge when she tells it. It's going to be awesome. And I do love just Ed Benz's art. So beautiful. And I love the coloring in this whole entire series. And look at Joker. I mean, oh God. It's amazing though how much Joker could come into a story and just up the ante that much. It almost feels like when Lex Luthor's in a Superman comic. It's just like these characters are meant to fight our heroes. And when they do, it's just something beautiful. Love this series. Gail Simone, love you, and Batgirl. Batgirl and you forever. I mean, god damn, it's good stuff. So in the end, I'm going to give Batgirl issue number 16 a 4 out of 5. I would have given it close to a 5 if actually there was just one artist, and that was Ed Benz. But good freaking issue. Now the last book for this whole entire week is Suicide Squad issue number 16. And as we can see on there, on the cover, we have Deadshot on there, and he's coming back from the grave. There's a lot of things that have happened. This is definitely, I can say it right now, this is definitely not an issue where it's a great jumping on point. Because you have to know a lot that's happened throughout the series. And to get what the story is coming from, you have to look back into the issues where you had the crossover between, what was it? What was it? Oh God, I can't remember the book. But it was a book where Suicide Man? No, not Suicide Man. Oh God, it's gonna irk me. But it's the character who cannot die, and every single time he comes back, he is a different character. Well, these two, Suicide Squad and him, met, and they had the Suicide Squad going after him, and they finally captured him. And what his powers is he dies, and he comes back alive, and he has a new power every single time. Well, what they did is they cut off his hand, killed him, and basically sent the body someplace else so he can't regenerate and come back after him. So we have Amanda Waller looking at this hand with this amazing, amazing powers and what it can possibly do. Well, Deadshot finally comes back from the dead. He's wondering, how the hell did he get here? He basically just shot himself in the gut. He's one of these best shooters in all of DC Comics, and how the hell could he miss? He was going for the suicide. He was going for the killing himself to save everybody else. Well, what's happened is that Amanda Waller to none of the Suicide Squad's knowledge, she is basically going and test subjecting them with what she's doing with the hand of the Regenerating Man. I have to look it up. I have it in my comic stack, but right now I just cannot think of it. And so what we have is a story of Deadshot and Harley Quinn working together in secret to figure out what the hell's going on with them. Because in the last issue, Harley Quinn had to cut her wrist to get out of the bind that Joker put her into. And what she found out is that her wrists, which were cut badly, and she basically came on the death door with last issue, that everything regenerated. So some cool stuff, some cool little tidbits that Adam Glass is putting in there. But what we do get also is some backstory about how Deadshot got into this situation, what happened to him after he shot himself. And that part with Harley Quinn was not as well told or as well drawn as it could have been. I mean, the artwork in here was nothing amazing, but it was just a little fun little part with Harley Quinn and her kind of doing some puns, but nothing really spectacular. And especially the art. I thought the art was really lacking in this issue. But what we do get is this intrigue and this kind of interesting character development with Harley Quinn at the end, where her and Deadshot are finally figuring out that they have to team up together and trust one another to figure out what Amanda Waller is doing to them. And at the end of the issue, they get thrown into a new mission. And I'm interested to see where the story's going to take, where this Adam Glass is going to take us. Adam Glass has been doing this really fantastic job at each issue at the end, having a little cliffhanger and you wanting to know what the hell is going to happen next. And it has a very much a movie or TV, no, more of a TV feel to it. And Adam Glass is definitely writing each issue for the single issues in thought. So there's always something that grabs you and makes you want to come back to next week. This is definitely not the strongest issue in the whole entire run, but I am definitely still in it. I mean, I really like where Adam Glass is taking these characters, especially with Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn has been one of those characters since she was created back in the 90s, with having this terrible relationship with the Joker. And in this issue, issue number 16, with all the stuff that Joker put her into with issue 14 and 15, she has finally said, fuck it with the Joker. I am done with the Joker. I'm done with everybody, and now it's all about me, Harley. And you're just like, yes, okay. She's not going to play the victim or going to be in this abusive relationship where she leaves for a little bit and she always comes back. I believe that Adam Glass has some character development for Harley, and if you're a big Harley fan, try it out. I mean, a lot of people had big problems with it when they saw her new outfit. And truth be told, I was one of those people, I was like, I don't really like the outfit that Harley has. But looking at it through all these issues, you kind of get used to it, but you're looking more at the character development that's happening with Harley. And it's so freaking awesome. And it's character development that DC Comics, I didn't think had the balls kind of to do. And I'm enjoying it. If you're not a Harley fan, or want to become a Harley fan but don't like the abusive nature to her with the Joker, check her out in Suicide Squad. You're going to like the character that you're seeing on the screen or on the page. So that was it for this week. Oh, I don't think I gave it a final score for Suicide Squad, and that would be a 2.5 out of 5. And Suicide Squad, I noticed, has not been one of those books that I've given like the 4s or the 5s to. It's more the 3 level, but it's one of those stories and one of those books that I just enjoy. And we all have one of those type of books where it's just like, it's never the best, but it's never the worst. It's just in between, but you still enjoy it. So I cannot wait to wake up tomorrow and go to my local comic book shop, hopefully not get called into work, and just be able to read my comics and then talk to you guys about it. I'm enjoying watching your guys' videos, and you guys just make my day. I don't even watch TV anymore. What I do is I watch Netflix sometimes, but most of the time I'm watching your guys' videos and talking about comics, which we all love. And just some great stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of The Comic Fix. And remember, everybody, just stay fresh, and I'll see you guys later.